So as I said earlier, thank you so much for attending our virtual camp open house. Just a few housekeeping items. We're in webinar mode, so that way we can use this recording for those that are unable to join us tonight, and that way they can watch the video after as well. For those that don't know who I am Katie Chappell. I'm the GSCWM program manager, and I truly have one of the best jobs here at the Girl Scouts, as I get to oversee all of our fun, amazing year-round programs, plus our 4 amazing summer camps. And joining me tonight is Megan Schaefer, who is one of our amazing Girl Scout volunteers and camp enthusiasts. And I'm so excited that she agreed to do this webinar with me tonight.
And Grayson is a bonus.
And Grayson, my puppy, is a bonus. Hopefully he continues to be quiet for most of it. Every once in a while, he'll like to chime in with a growl or a bark or shaking his collar. The joys of working from home with a puppy. So gonna get started. If I can switch, there we go. We're gonna talk about why camp. Why camp is so important. What your experience will be at summer camp. Do a brief overview of our 4 summer camps, and then talking about the difference between our day camps as well as our resident camps. Some safety at camp. What are our safety protocols? And then we're going to break some fun and talk about special camp activities, a camp song, talk about the cost of camp, talk about COVID and some of those precautions that we're taking, as I know it's on everyone's mind, as well as talk about how to sign up for camp if you haven't done so yet. So go ahead, Mouse. Talk about why Girl Scout camp.
Oh, why Girl Scout camp? I love camp. I'm so excited you're here to learn about camp. This is the best topic in the world for the best place in the world. First of all, it builds girls' confidence. I know when I first started going to camp, I was such a quiet, shy girl, and it really helped me find my voice. Your girls will find their confidence and their independence being with awesome other girls surrounding them. They'll get a chance just to relax. I think we all this year could get a chance to relax and get away from these pressures, not only of competitive sports, but trying to do school from home, trying to deal with COVID. We all could use some relaxation this summer. A chance to get away from all this technology. We've spent so much time this year on Zoom calls, on Google Classroom, on all this stuff. It will be great to just go to the woods, leave our phones behind, leave our computer behind, and really understand what is the magic of being outside. They're also going to get a chance to be with awesome adult role models. Our staff is top quality staff who really understands girls and their needs and is there to be mentors and role models to show them what awesome young adults they can be in their future. They're going to make awesome friends. They can go with their own friends, but also get the chance to meet Girl Scouts from all over their council and even from outside other councils who love our camps and come to join us and be outside in a wonderful environment. They're going to get a chance to build leadership skills of their own by learning how to take charge when they want to, learning how to make decisions when they want to, and be part of a group decision-making process. And of course, our all-girl environment is where girls can really just have a chance to let their hair down, forget what you look like, and really care about what you want to do with yourself, your voice, and your choices. Outdoor childhood fun and adventure is really what camp is all about. This is a gift of a truly magical moment in childhood and a memory that will last a lifetime. And finally, girls get to decide their time at camp. They're going to decide what they want to do with their time and really make the experience theirs. And this is such a unique environment that they can do that through our girl planning process. Katie, I'm done with this one.
I know. Sorry, there we go.
Now, there's lots of awesome research out there that says camp does some awesome stuff for girls. I mean, look at all this cool stuff that just being outside does for girls. First of all, they're going to seek challenges and be better at problem solving, which is going to help them not only personally, but in their academic success years on in life. I learned a lot of the stuff I used years later in things like physics and chemistry class that I learned from summer camp. Spending time with nature really helps girls to focus their energy and really learn how to focus on a task and really understand reasoning. And finally, it helps girls to have social development, which means they're going to increase their self-esteem and be so much excited about who they are. Now, our girls are saying all of this and how this is happening. Katie, is this you or me? I totally forget. I'm just getting excited.
This is totally you.
Oh, sweet.
You all the fun stats.
Oh, good. I love stats. Look at these cool stats. This is from girls who visited our camp the last summer we were open in 2019, and all the awesome stuff they said about their experience. 92.5% found their strengths. 91.6% helped improve their confidence, and 89% felt challenged to do their best. It was so awesome. But I think these quotes from some of the girls who came with us really shows the experience. It was fun, and I would recommend it 10 out of 10. The people you meet here are very fun and introduce you to new ideas and opinions. It's an amazing opportunity, and it helps you build your confidence in yourself. It also teaches you how to become a leader and not a follower. I strongly recommend you go to camp. You know, I can say it all you want, but this is from the girls who had this experience. And I think their voices are really what matters in this experience.
Exactly. All of our camps are unique, and each one offers a slightly different experience and a different program opportunity. No matter which camp you choose to go to, and whether you stay a few days, a week, or even longer, you really get to work to have tons of fun making new friends, trying new things, practicing new skills, as well as working to create memories that truly will last a lifetime. So, some of the activities we're going to talk about, as I mentioned, only happen at specific camps. But either way, all girls will have an amazing experience. So, archery at all of our camps. Archery is available for any girl that is entering grade second and above. We really work hard to ensure that every girl at camp that meets the age level requirement is able to visit the archery anywhere from 2 to 3 times during her stay. Sometimes things like severe weather, like pouring rain, may prevent archery from happening one day, but the girls still work on those skills that they would have used during archery at the specific archery time in their unit. In addition, at Camp Bonnie Bray, for cadets and up, we have a brand new hatchet throwing range and axe yard. This is where girls will be able to learn all about hatchets, saws, and the best part is throwing them to see if they can hit the target. Where else besides Girl Scout camp can girls learn to do hatchet throwing in the outdoors?
And on those hot summer days, we love to hit the water. Whether you're someone who wants to hit the lakes in one of our camps that has a great waterfront property, or someone who loves the joy of being in an awesome pool, or even just hitting the slip and slides, if you're not someone who wants to get in a body of water, we have ways to stay cool and wet and having a great time at either any one of our summer camps.
And as Mouse mentioned, all 3 out of 4 camps have an amazing waterfront. The only camp that does not is our Camp Lewis Perkins, which is also our only camp with a pool. So all of our waterfronts have a variety of boat options for girls to try depending upon their age level and their experience. They can do anything from pedal boats to kayaks to canoes or to Corkle boats. The Corkle boats are those round ones that look like snow saucers, like you're going sledding. The girls love them. We added those 2 summers ago in 2019 at 2 of our camps. And based upon their success, we're looking to add them as well at another camp really near in the future. We also, for older girls at our 2 resident camps, have sailboats as well. Each boat or each boating opportunity is a different experience. Girls, they start in the beginning only wanting to use the paddle board or the pedal boats or the Corkle boards or the kayaks. And then as they get older, they realize they can totally stand in a Corkle board and they then want to try paddle boarding. And it really reinforces that Girl Scout progression of always having girls try things at different levels that meet their skills and their needs.
We also love to get creative and crafty at camp. So whether you're into making ooey gooey type of crafty stuff, or you want to get into the paints and the slime, or you're someone who more wants to get into the art or the friendship bracelet making, the tie-dye shirts, Tie-Dye Tuesday, it's our favorite day of the week. Making glow-in-the-dark lanterns or fun creatures. We have programs that are just about arts and crafts, but no matter what program you decide to do at camp, you'll get a chance to really explore your creative side. And art is a great way to get out emotions, to have a chance to really use your imagination and really create your own unique sense of the world. So we love using arts and crafts in many aspects of our camp program. And each camp has its own arts and crafts center where the girls will visit to be able to do those crafts. Plus, they'll have a few along the way as they go through with their groups to the rest of their camp experience.
And all of our camps have an athletic field where they can create their own games as well as play some traditional games. So at 2 of our 4 camps, we have Giant Jenga. Every one of our camps has an amazing parachute, and every one of our camps has a Gaga ball. For those that are not familiar with Gaga ball, we added these a few years ago, and they instantly have become probably one of the favorite spots in almost every single camp. It's a great, amazing game that's very similar to dodgeball if you've never seen it or had it played, and except for the ball rolls. And so it's a really great time to get some of those interpersonal skills out with kids, because older girls and younger girls can play it together. You don't have to worry about somebody who might throw the ball harder, because the ball is meant only to roll across the field.
And we love to do challenge by choice at camp using our challenge courses or low ropes courses. This is a place where our girls really get a chance to form teams with the group they're going to be with each week, to really learn communication skills, leadership skills, and problem solving skills. We have low ropes courses at 2 of our 2 resident camps, and also some elements that we are portable at our day camps. Whether it's getting on the whale watch and learning to balance with your group, or getting your entire group through the porthole, which is the tire you see down below, or trying to get across the islands you see on the left-hand side without touching the ground. There are many different elements of wood and wire that really help the girls to have a fantastic time. Usually this is one of our favorite areas of camps that all ages of our groups love to visit.
Yeah. And camp wouldn't be camp without a cookout. Whether girls go to resident or day camp, each week girls have the opportunity to work on outdoor skills. So learning how to build a fire, different types of outdoor cooking, from tinfoil meals to one-pot meals to more advanced, such as charcoal cooking. When groups are planning their cookout meal, all dietary restrictions for the group are put into consideration. So if you have a camper that is gluten-free or a vegetarian, those options, just like they are available in the dining hall at resident camp, will also be part of their cookout planning. At day camp, we do help campers to make sure they still bring a bag lunch that day, as sometimes, especially at day camp, the groups really, as they're just starting to explore outdoor cooking, really like to make desserts. And as much as I'm a firm believer that dessert can be a solid meal, my mom would tell me otherwise. So we want to make sure, come, camp, enjoy the cookout, enjoy your dessert or your brownies or your cookies or whatever you decide to make, but make sure we have a full lunch as well.
And camp is the best place, I think, to make friends. I met one of my very lifelong friends at one of our summer camps. It's actually Casey right here. She and I met long ago at summer camp and grew up in one of our summer camps here in GSCWM. So we can tell you from personal experience what friendship means from camp. In fact, all of my lifelong friends didn't come from my high school or elementary school or even college. They came from my camp experiences. You really have a unique setting where you truly get to know people when you are with them all day. If you're staying overnight, if you're living with them for a week or two, it really forms bonds that really help you to form lifelong friendships that you cannot recreate in many other places. Girls will meet people from different backgrounds, different cultures, different experiences, and really learn how to form friendships that they may have never had the opportunity to do in any other environment. It really is a wonderful, unique experience.
Camp Friendships is such a great transition, Mouse, for you to talk about our camp staff as well.
Oh, fantastic. Our camp staff is wonderful. They are people who have graduated high school and older. They come from all walks of life, from local colleges, people who are teachers during the year, to people who are athletic trainers, and all sorts of different backgrounds who love and have experienced working with children. Our staff goes through extensive background checks, including criminal and sexual offender background checks. They have references, they have interviews, and they get at least a week of training in all the aspects it takes to be an awesome camp staff member. They will learn everything from how to create wonderful programming for your girls, to how to keep them safe, through conflict and communication skills, to learn how to make camp a magical experience, no matter what age camper you have coming to our camp experience. They have go through things like CPR and first aid training and really make sure they are ready to provide a wonderful, fulfilling, safe, and an educational experience in our camp environments. We are so lucky to have such awesome staff to share with your girls.
Great. So to talk a little bit about each specific camp, as we said, we have 4 amazing camps. Camp Lewis Perkins and Laurelwood are traditional day camps. And then Bonnie Brae and Green Erie are our 2 resident camps that also host some day camp weeks. So Camp Lewis Perkins is located in South Hadley. And I always say this is the perfect camp for those that are, you like the city life. You're not really sure if the outdoors are for you. It's a small camp. You can see most of camp from the main area. Again, we talked about earlier, it's the one camp that does not have a waterfront, but it has a pool. So those kids who may be nervous about swimming in a lake and being outside get to experience outdoors, but in a city environment. And it's tucked away like off of the main street, really close to Mount Holyoke College, but you're surrounded by wilderness and the trees. At camp, we have archery, the pool, the Gaga pit, hiking trails, are all parts of Camp Lewis Perkins. Camp Lewis Perkins is also a parent transport camp only. We do not have busing available, but we are always happy to help connect parents within the same town or close by to help arrange carpools if that works for those parents as well. And then we have Camp Laurelwood, which is in Spencer. It is located on, I'm going to get this wrong. I know I am. I want to say it's Stiles Reservoir. I feel like
You're correct.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. Yes.
I feel like I always think I'm going to mess up the name and then I don't. We are one of only like 4 houses on the reservoir or pieces of property that are occupied. So girls inside the lake truly get a whole entire lake pretty much to themselves for any boating, from quilco boards to kayaks to the pedal boards to canoes as well. It is a wooden setting with tons of hiking trails. In addition, this is the only camp that hosts our GSCWM Girl Scout Museum. So every camper that comes to Laurelwood gets to spend one activity session with our amazing Girl Scout Museum volunteers and see inside the museum, see what it looks like. At Camp Laurelwood, we also offer the overnight opportunity for girls. At Camp Laurelwood, girls can either come with their parents dropping and picking them up each day or via the bus.
And then we have our resident camps that also host day camps. Green Erie is in Harvard, Massachusetts, and it hosts both day and resident camp options. So whether you're looking for more of the daytime experience or you're ready to try the overnight experience, Green Erie has an adventure for you. They have a beautiful lake there that has, but also have a smaller size. It's our smaller of our 2 resident camps. So this is a great first-time camper experience if you want a smaller experience, much like Camp Lewis Perkins. It is a beautiful piece of property with great wooding settings, great hiking trails. Our campers sleep in platform tents, which I always like to say are like cabins with soft walls. And that's the best way I always describe it to the girls. They are really a truly unique opportunity to really be close to nature, but feel safe when you're sleeping out at night. They have great things like archery and arts and crafts, but also specifically a camp craft area where girls can really hone their outdoor skills like knot tying and fire building and everything that is a great part of outdoor skills. We have the Sari Hardy STEM Center, where girls can learn all about science, technology, engineering, and math right in a camp setting. And of course, it's home to one of our great challenge courses, which last year actually just got some new challenge course elements. So this summer will be the first time girls will get to experience those new elements of adventure on our challenge course. Besides Camp Erie, we also have Camp Bonnie Brae. Camp Bonnie Brae hosts 1 week of day camp and then 7 weeks of overnight camp. They are on a beautiful lake called Big Pond and actually just celebrated their 100th anniversary. They have unique places to sleep in overnight for resident camp. Things like cabins and yurts and tents and tree houses all make a unique experience for trying out overnight camp. Camp Bonnie Brae is also home to some unique features like our observation tower and our wetlands. They have an awesome challenge course, which also got some new elements. So they'll be open for the first time this summer and is open to places like archery and our new hatchet throwing and wood yard that will be hopefully opening this summer as well. They have our beautiful leadership lodge, dining hall, and big house, and lots of places for awesome programming, whether it's beautiful and sunny or a rainy day. There's always a place for fun and adventure at Camp Bonnie Brae.
No matter what kind of a summer you want, whether you want to go to day camp or resident camp, Girl Scouts has something for you. Day camp is for girls who have just finished kindergarten and up. Traditionally, the activities include art, swimming, team building. At Camp Laurelwood, as I mentioned, there is an overnight option, and at Camp Lewis Perkins, there's a late night option. For the overnight option at Laurelwood, girls come on the bus, so they get dropped off with all of their overnight gear. We supply them with dinner, snack that evening, breakfast in the morning, as well as their final lunch on Thursday. For the late night program, it's called Camp Fireflies, and those girls on Thursday night get to stay to camp until 8 p.m. We provide them dinner, and since it's parent pickup, they get picked up at 8 p.m. instead of the traditional 4:30 time. Day camp takes place from 9 a.m. to 4:30 each day if you're doing parent drop-off, and there's some earlier and later times available if you're going on the bus. Or at Camp Green Erie, we offer before care and after care as well. A typical day at camp, I always love saying that because guess what? There is actually no typical day at camp. So we say this, and I kind of leave it vague in the sense girls get to choose what they do. So if girls all together decide all they want to do is art projects, guess what? That is what they spend the majority of their day doing. We make sure that they still get to go swimming or boating and they experience other things at camp, but we want girls to have a say in the experience of what the day looks like for them. Some key highlights. At Camp Bonnie Brae, we have all of our programs for day camp are theme-based. So girls can choose anything from fairies and magic to learning about animals to learning all about bugs and art at our camps. The other fun thing about our day camp is new this year at Camp Lewis Perkins is we are offering Camp Troop Days, where instead of coming to camp by yourself, you can sign up and you come for 3 out of the 5 days that week with just your troop. And so they will be in a not necessarily separate area of camp, but they'll be like their own unit at camp. And their troop leaders get to come experience camp with them. So if the girls are making their tie-dye shirt, guess what? Troop leaders get to make their own tie-dye shirt as well.
Resident camp is for girls who have finished first grade. You go back, thank you.
Sorry.
And resident camp happens for a different amount of times. We have tryout programs where you can just come for a couple nights and try it out. Week programs is our typical length, up to 2-week programs. So you can choose how long you experience the resident camp experience. Girls work with their counselors in their group to choose what they do each day at camp. And much like Casey was talking about with the day camp, we are also hosting a troop camping adventure this year at overnight camp. That means that your troop and their leaders can come to camp for an entire week and experience all the fun of summer camp while being around your friends from your troop. It's a really great, unique experience for you to do as your troop in the summertime. Camp typically for the week-long programs runs Sunday to Friday each week. And you can see the dates of Camp Bonnie Brae and Camp Green Erie below there. Easy. Much like day camp, a typical day at resident camp is a unique experience. But we all have some typical things that happen similarly. We wake up early in the morning with some optional fun activities, such as polar bears for dipping in the lake in the morning or turtles for some land activities. We have a camp flag and some songs and breakfast, and then we do some stuff with our themes. You'll notice on there it does say all camp capers. Each of our camps also makes sure girls are responsible for their own living areas and spaces so that they learn responsibility of taking care of what is there. And that's incorporated to each and every day. We make it a fun experience, so believe it or not, your girls might come home actually looking forward to doing chores and helping out around the house. It's the magic of camp. After lunch, we have a rest period called me time, where girls get a chance to rest up, write a letter home, sit and play a game of cards, do a quiet, restful activity during the hottest part of the day. In the afternoon, it's back to the fun of our theme programs, whether you're hitting a lake or hitting the boats or hiking out to the observation tower or maybe hitting the camp craft area. You and your group are going to figure out what you want to do. But the other magic of the resident camp experience is during the afternoons, our campers get a chance to do what's called camper choice, which means they individually get to choose what they want to choose from select activities. So typically speaking, girls work as a group to decide what activities they're going to do. During camper choice times, girls get to choose on their own whatever activity they want to sign up for and go do whatever speaks to them. So even if you're there for an arts and crafts themed week, if you secretly still wanted to try out something like doing a unique time at the archery range or hitting a boat you've never tried, camper choice time is a great time for that. In the evenings, we have some great dark night programs because we love to stay out and experience the nightlife at camp. And no matter how you come to camp, you can choose your theme from our great program options we have for 2021. Things from each level are really unique and awesome. Our brownies get a chance to make friends with the wildlife in the forest and our Forest Friends program. If you're not ready for a full week, our Mini Camp Explorer is a great way for just a couple nights to take a highlight of what the overnight experience is going to be about. Juniors get awesome programs like Rocking the Boat, where they get to try out all of our different boats and have an obstacle course around the lake on our boats by the end of the week. Night Owls is for those late night girls. If your girl is someone who likes to stay up way past midnight and enjoy glow in the dark arts and crafts, enjoy a nice time doing archery in the dark, whatever you want to do, we love to stay up and have midnight snack parties. Cadets love camp. It's one of our biggest age groups that come to camp. They love the Camp of Magic, where they get to experience all the wonders of magic and things like Harry Potter and other magical experiences that we love to bring to the camp experience. If you've never done Quidditch at camp, it's a unique and awesome experience. Or if you're that girl who really wants to do glamping, but extreme glamping, if you are into spas and doing your hair and finding unique ways to make this a fun and relaxing setting while learning new ways to take care of yourself and your body, this is the exciting program for you. Finally, our seniors get awesome programs like Camp Bucket List. By the time you're a senior, you might feel like you've done everything at camp. Oh no, there are new things you have not tried yet because you haven't been ready for them. And our Camp Bucket List will take those items off your bucket list and make them happy. And finally, if you've ever considered becoming a lifeguard, we actually have a camp program where you can take your lifeguarding course right at our beautiful camp property. And if you pass all the requirements by the end, you can be a lifeguard on your own and then hopefully come back and work on our waterfront as camp staff someday in the future. So many awesome choices. I just want to go to camp today, Casey.
Me too. You know, the weather's getting warm. Spring is coming.
I know, and it's not over. That was just what's happening at Camp Bonnie Brae. We haven't talked about Camp Grand Erie resident camp yet. Camp Grand Erie has awesome programs. For our brownies, we are hitting the water. If you love being in the water, you want to hit up the water wonders and spend extra time down in that lake doing synchronized swimming, pretending to be a mermaid and building sand castles. Or trying out Camp is Calling, where you're just new to camp and the experience and you just want to try it all. Juniors get a chance to really master their archery skills and on target and learn fun new ways to really bring out their bullseye skills or even paint with archery. Yes, you can paint with archery. It's crazy. Wilderness explorers are really going to explore a campcraft area and learn how to survive in the woods and really learn how to truly be wilderness survivors. Now for our cadets, that glamping extreme program, don't worry, it's not just at Bonnie Brae. You can try it out over at Camp Grand Erie too if that's your place to hang out. And if you're truly a wilderness girl, CGE Girl vs. Wild is for you. You can see in the pictures down there, our girls love to make things that they get to try and lash together wood and really learn how to survive and camp out, even out under the stars one evening. Finally, our seniors give a chance to give back to camp and learn new skills. And Hammers and Nails, you get to learn how to use hammers and nails and tools, and you get to do a project that gives back to Camp Grand Erie. And finally, you can't do that at camp? Oh, yes, you can. A program for senior girls where they truly figure out what they thought they couldn't do at camp, you can now do now. So many awesome choices, Casey. I can't choose. I just can't choose.
Guess what the best part about that? You can't do that at camp?
Yeah.
You're going to order takeout one night. It might be pizza. It might be Chinese. Who knows?
You get to order like real food at camp?
You get to order takeout food, like real food. So not like one of your meals.
I never got to do that at camp. I'm
I
super
know,
jealous of that
me
group right now.
either. All my years of being a camper never happened.
Fantastic.
I know.
I think we
So
should calm down now, though, and maybe talk a little bit about safety.
we should. Girl Scout Camp, really works to give girls the opportunity to explore, grow, and have fun. But the important and the best part of that is they're really working under the guidance of caring, trained adults. That many girls at camp, don't realize that they're adults, they're college kids. They look up to them, they're role models. I hear from families all the time of kind of like Mel said, what do you mean she gladly did capers? Or she folded her clothes and put them away each day. Staff are really trained to, be caring and nurturing and provide that spot where girls can challenge themselves and figure out who they are. All of our staff attend a week-long intense staff training, and we cover every topic imaginable from camper characteristics. What is a brownie really like? I've only ever worked with older girls. And that staff member can now work with brownies as well, or the opposite end of that. I'm so used to being a kindergarten teacher. What do I need to know about working with teenagers? To homesickness, because yes, even at day camp, we go over homesickness. A lot of family and parents think, well, my kid goes to school just as long every day. Camp is very different than school. So a lot more of our homesickness actually happens at day camp than it does at resident camp. All of our staff also get basic first aid training through the Red Cross and first aid and CPR. And every camp has a dedicated health supervisor who, the week before campers come, reviews every single health document for every camper and connects with families the week before to talk about any medication, dietary restrictions campers have. And then within the first 24 hours of first 24 hours of every week session starting, all campers and staff participate in our fire drills and emergency procedures. Just like at school, the school wants kids prepared for what happens. We want our campers to know. It's great that our staff members know how to handle every emergency procedure, but we want our campers to know what that loud alarm sound means and how to respond and not to be scared of it. And then each week before campers arrive, staff have a staff meeting and complete additional in-service training throughout the whole summer. So it's not that we just teach them all this stuff at the beginning of, 9 wonderful weeks and we expect them to remember it all. They have really fun, exciting jobs, and we want to make sure that they're keeping up with the skills throughout the whole entire summer. All of our camps follow all Massachusetts Department of Public Health regulations. All of our camps are certified through the local Board of Health. All of our staff that lead archery or hatchet throwing are trained and certified in those areas. Nobody uses the waterfront without our lifeguards. At our pool, they only have to be a lifeguard, but at our camps that have open lakes, on top of being a typical lifeguard, they also have to go through a waterfront component. That gives them additional skills of how to help someone on open water. In addition, our camps are accredited through the American Camping Association, which is really a set of standards that shows the best practices in camps all across the country. There's about 258 standards that we go through every single year, and every single policy relating to those standards to make sure that they're following the latest, newest, updated information. All of our kitchen staff are ServSafe certified. And like I mentioned earlier, all of our camps have designated first aiders on site. That is anyone from an EMT to an RN as well. Mouse, we've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
I need a sip of soda. My mouth is a little hoarse.
Fair.
So can we start some fun?
Yes. You know what? Camp is not about talking. Camp is about doing. So let's take a break from all the serious safety talk. Let's take a break and have some fun. All right, now this is going to be some audience participation. So you out there, I can't see you right now, but I believe in you and know you're going to play with me right now. Because right now, I want to teach you the camp attitude check, okay? Now you can only learn this at our GSCWM summer camps. So you'll always know another summer camper from our council if they know this attitude check. Are you ready to learn it with me right now?
I'm
Oh,
ready.
good. I'm excited. Okay. Yeah. It involves a call and response. So the way you always start the attitude check, the person who starts it calls out to the group, attitude check. And your response is going to be,
Attitude check.
that's not your response, but that's okay. It was a great response. Good enthusiasm.
Oh.
All good. Actually going to be Girl Scout Camp Rocks.
Wait, let me try that again. Ready?
Okay, I'll try it. Ready? I'll give you the call. Attitude check.
Girl Scout Camp rocks.
Okay. But I really got to believe it. So I'm going to try again.
Okay.
Attitude check.
Girl Scout Camp rocks.
Oh, that was much better, Casey. Awesome. And then on the third time, I'm going to yell out a big word. It goes like this. Dexterity check. That's a big word, isn't it?
That's a really big word. I don't remember what I say back now.
That's okay, because you actually don't have to say stuff. The word dexterity is about how nimble are you with your hands? How cool are your hands? I'm going to show you how to have cool hands. All right, can you count to 5?
Yep. I got
Can you
5.
count to 3? Then you can do this. All right, it goes
Okay.
like this. We're going to clap our hands together 5 times really fast. Watch me first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do that?
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to do it again. I'll do it first. You do it. Awesome. So we're going to count to 5 twice. Let's try it together. Counting to 5 twice. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, now the second part is counting to 3. Goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Can you do that?
1, 2, 3.
Awesome. Now do it again. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Let's try it because we're doing two counts to 3.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's try and put those clappings together. We're going to count to 5 twice and then 3 twice. I know this is getting hard, but I believe in you guys. You can do this. We are Girl Scouts. We can do this together. Are you ready out there? Casey, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 5 twice, 3 twice.
Okay.
Here we go. And I'll count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nice. Okay, one last part. We're
Crazy.
gonna bring our arms together. We're gonna go whoo.
Whoo.
Try it. And again, whoo.
Woo.
And then woo.
Woo. Okay.
Okay,
I think that's the easiest part.
it is the easiest part. All right, we're gonna try this whole dexterity check together. It's 5, 5, 3, 3, whoo, whoo, woo.
Okay.
All right, everyone out there, I believe in you. We can do this. All right. And we're going to go slow this first time. Here we
Okay.
go. Dexterity check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoo, whoo, woo. Ah,
I think that's the first time I've completed that all the way.
I know. I'm really proud of you, Casey. That was awesome.
I know. Sometimes my, hand coordination and clapping with everybody else doesn't exactly work.
It's not an easy thing. That's why, if you're learning this tonight, you are going to be ahead of the campers who are coming to camp with you. You will be that cool kid. All right, should we try the entire attitude check together?
Let's go.
Now remember, I'm going to do attitude check and you're going to say Girl Scout Camp Rocks,
Yep.
attitude check, Girl Scout Camp Rocks, dexterity check, and then we do the 5, 5, 3, 3, boom, boom, woo.
Okay.
That's a lot. Let's take some deep breaths first. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Okay, here we go. Attitude check.
Girl Scout camp is great.
Attitude check.
Girl Scout camp is great.
Dexterity check.
Ooh.
Woo. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Now remember, when you come to camp this summer, if you hear someone randomly yell out attitude check, you're going to know what to do.
Thanks, Mouse. I'm so glad you taught that to all of us.
I am too. I had a fun time, but the fun is not over because
It
we're
is
about
not.
to talk about special activities.
We are. Special activities at camp. Every camp has their own special activities, but there's some that are a little universal. Mouse, tell me about all camps.
All camps are great. So usually once a week, no matter where you go to camp, the entire camp is going to get together and going to do an activity with everyone there. So you could be with like 100 girls and staff all hanging out together doing something awesome, like a counselor hunt. So this is like hide and seek, but on a grand scale. You girls as a group have to go and find the counselors who are hiding somewhere around camp. And let me tell you, they are awesome hiding go seekers. It's not an easy task. You could try a water carnival where you get down to the waterfront and you try and like sink your counselor in a canoe, or grab the greased watermelon, or do the relay races. Super awesome on a hot day. Perhaps you're more of a gold rush girl. That's where we hide rocks of gold all around camp. You have to find them, and then you turn them in for tokens for the carnival that comes afterwards. And I love me a good carnival.
Me too.
Or maybe Hogwarts is hitting your camp this summer, because for Hogwarts hits camps, we're going to do things like play Quidditch. We're going to sort into houses and have a whole Triwizard tournament. We're going to try and make potions. We're going to try all the awesome stuff that comes with the Hogwarts theme. Maybe Day at the Races is more your thing. That's where you and your counselors are going to do really weird, wacky races all around camp, and you're going to try and see who's going to be the one who wins the race and see if you can guess the right person. And of course, there's prizes at the end because, prizes are fantastic. Finally, Farrell's Night has to be my personal favorite simply because I love ice cream. And Farrell's Night, well, it's an ice cream social. So there's a dance party, and then you have this awesome menu of ice cream sundaes that you get to choose from. My personal favorite, the Big Pig. But your entire table has to order it. You're going to have to find out what's on it by coming to camp this summer. All camps are awesome.
Mouse, if you go to day camp, you get to do these awesome all camps too?
You do. You get to do them at no matter what kind of camp you go to.
Thank God. So at our day camp, we talked a little bit about our overnight and our late night options. These are special activities that obviously only happen at our late night, our day camps. So whether you do extra archery time, you make your dinner at camp, you get to sleep in cabins or tents, you do a cookout breakfast, and Mouse, the best part of day camp overnights is at Laurelwood. Do you know what a floating campfire is? Have you ever done one?
I have done a floating campfire in my lifetime. Oh, guys, the coolest thing you will ever do at camp. Okay, so you know what a campfire is. I'm hoping a lot of you might know what a s'more is. Okay. Do you like being in the lake? Because we're going to combine all three of those things. It's going to be a fire that floats in the lake. And while you are swimming, you're going to swim around this floating fire and roast a marshmallow. It's crazy. It's fantastic. You have to experience once. So if you go to Camp Laurelwood, that is part of your overnight experience. So awesome.
Literally the best. And theme meals. What are theme meals for resident camp?
Yeah, so if you go to resident camp, you're going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in your dining hall with everyone. And you're going to get a couple meals each week that are going to be, well, a little wackier than the average meal. For example, one meal might be like a shipwreck. You're on a deserted island. Your ship has been landed there and wrecked. And, well, you don't necessarily have the right utensils. So you might try to be eating rice or soup that day with a spatula. It gets a little messy. You might have to sing for your supper and spend the entire meal singing, "Every word you're saying has to be a song." It's hilarious. Oh, but mystery meal. I love mystery meal. Everyone gets a card under their plate, and you have to do what the card says. Like it might say every 5 minutes you have to go up to the camp director and ask them what's for dinner tonight. It'll drive them nuts, but it'll be funny. Or you might have a card that tells you that you have to stand up on your bench and sing the Star Spangled Banner. Whatever wacky thing, it's just ensued craziness. Time warp meal brings us back to the past. We might go back to the 50s, the 70s, the 90s, and act like we are in that decade. Dress your counselor meal is fantastic. If you want to make your counselor look fabulous or crazy wacky, whatever you want to do with them, they have to wear whatever you tell them. Backwards meal is one of the favorites because you get to eat dessert first. I mean, isn't that how it always should be? And finally, well, you all by know now how much I love ice cream. My personal favorite, ice cream breakfast. Yes, you heard it right. Ice cream breakfast. No milk in your cereal that morning. You put your cereal on ice cream. Camp is awesome. That's all I have to say.
Oh my gosh. Ice cream breakfast was always my favorite. And since resident camp gets these wonderful, awesome city meals, we have dress up days at day camp. And so very similar, we might have Wacky Wednesday, which as you can see from the lovely picture on the screen, you can come to camp dressed whatever you like. We also have Decades Day, so you might get assigned to dress like you were from the 60s or the 50s or maybe even the 80s. I love the 80s because you get to wear tie-dye and bright neon colors, and it's so much fun. Or maybe Disney's your thing. I know Mouse loves Disney.
I have a Little Mermaid costume. It's ready to go.
Whether you want to be the Little Mermaid or you want to be your favorite Disney character, or maybe you're like me, you're not the biggest dress up fan, but you will gladly put on a pair of Mickey ears any day of the week. We have Color Wars, where every group gets assigned to be a color as well, which are all fun, exciting, all camp theme days that we have, and many more.
But each camp has its own personal traditions. Every camp is its own special place. And all of our camps are special. And each of them has special things that they only do at their camps. And these are just a selection of some of them. We won't let you know necessarily which is at which camp. We'll let them tell you about it when you go to experience their camp. Some of them have awesome opening campfires on their first day or evening, where the staff will do wacky skits and tell you about what your week is going to be like. If you're having a birthday at camp, each camp has a unique way to celebrate it and really make you feel special celebrating it with our camp family. We have lots of awesome things to celebrate. Our campers have been with us for 5 or even 10 years in special ways. And our closing campfires really are a nostalgic, wonderful time at resident camp where you get a chance to really make your own skits, sing your unit songs, and reflect on a wonderful week together. There's a lot of tissue boxes that are coming out that time of week. And at our closing campfires, some of our camps do things like wish boats that you can see in this picture here, where the girls will make little boats out of nature, put a candle on it, and they'll put it in the lake in our special ceremony. And the legend goes that if your candle goes out, that means your wish is floating up into the heavens and it will come true. Polar bears and turtles are great early morning activities at a lot of our camps. You might do a camper council where you get to represent your unit at camp and vote on what's going to happen for all camps of the females. But all of our camps have special songs that are unique just to their camps. So while you may experience similar songs at some of our camps, there's going to be some special songs that you'll experience just at your camp. You know what, Casey? Speaking of songs, I think we might need to take a break and sing a camp song with these guys.
I think that sounds like a fun time.
I do too. I thought we might do a repeat after me song. Are you up for that?
I'm totally up for that.
Okay. I thought we might do a classic. This guy.
The Moose?
Now, Moose, totally the Moose.
Okay, I can do the Moose.
Okay. So for the Moose song, for those of you out there with me, I need you to take your hands like this and put your thumbs on your head. Now you have moose ears. You are ready to sing the Moose song. The great thing about the Moose song is it's called Repeat After Me. That means you don't have to learn this one. There'll always be a song leader there who knows the words, and you just sing and do whatever they do right after them, kind of like an echo.
This is good because I always forget the words to this song.
Exactly. I'm here to help you.
You know what? Sometimes when I go to Bonnie Bray, they call the Moose Fred sometimes, and then I visit like Laurelwood and they call him Ted there.
And that's okay.
I love that it's a repeat after me because I don't have to remember, does the moose that belong to camp named Fred? Is his name Ted? Did we change his name to Bob? Or maybe they just met Grayson and they named it Grayson now.
It could be. That's a wonderful thing. You just need to do whatever the song leader's doing and have a great time and know however the song is sung that day, it's good. We're just there to have fun.
Awesome.
All right, let's give this moose a try. Everybody out there, repeat after me. There was a great big moose.
There was a great big moose.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
There was a great big moose.
There was a great big moose.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
Saying, whoa.
Singing, whoa.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
The moose's name was Fred.
The moose's name was Fred.
He liked to drink his juice in bed.
He liked to drink his juice in bed.
That moose's name was Fred.
The moose's name was Fred.
He liked to drink his juice in bed.
He liked to drink his juice in bed.
Saying, whoa.
Singing, well.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Now he's a sticky moose.
Now he's a sticky moose.
But he's a moose.
But he's a moose.
Oh,
Full of juice.
on the loose.
On the loose.
Singing, whoa.
Singing, whoa.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Oh, thank you to everyone out there who sang with us. Bravo. You are awesome, camp people. Casey, I know you are not always the songiest person, but you did a fantastic job that time.
Oh, thank you, Mouse. So, one question everybody always has is, what is the cost of camp? We do special pricing. So if this is somebody's first year, our camp registration opened for them on January 11th. For those that may be your first year of coming to camp, I'm going to give you a special secret. So we open camp registration on January 11th this year. It's almost always usually like the second week of January. Sometimes it's the third, but in January. But once you become a returning camper, there is an additional special secret price. And you get to choose your week of camp and before anyone else, before it opens to the public. So you usually, it's a really small time period. It's about 2 weeks before we open. You only get 2 weeks. And then once we open registration, it goes even for returning campers up to that early squall pricing. So for day camp, it's about $275 just for the week of camp. That doesn't include the overnight add-on or busing if you need that. And it stays that pricing all the way up until April 1st. And then April 1st, it goes up until June to $325. And then after June to $345. Our resident camp has some special programs like Guard Up. Not only is it a 2-week program, it has some special skills that are needed for it. So that program is a little different than the pricing structure I'm about to talk about. But a week of camp at resident camp is $495 all the way until April 1st. After that, it goes to $545 until June. And then anytime you register for a week of camp after June 1st, it goes up to $565. And we know that for families over the last year, times have changed, and we are so thankful for the generosity of our community donors that we are able to provide financial aid to any girl who needs it, possibly attend camp. Well, you'll be able, on our website, if you go to gscwm.org/camp, there's a lovely video that kind of helps you guide through the process of camp financial aid, as well as all of the forms that you need. There is some documentation that is required for it, but we work hard to ensure all girls can attend camp, though we do only award financial aid for 1 week of camp. So I tell families all the time, maybe your Girl Scout wants to go to camp for 2 or 3 weeks, and your family can easily afford to pay for 1 week of camp, but that second or that third week may be a struggle for you. That's okay. So apply for camp financial aid. That's what it's there for. It's not just based upon income. We ask lots of questions, such as how many weeks, there's a box that says any other circumstances that we may not know about. Maybe you have another sibling or child that has some severe medical challenges, and that kind of, eats a lot of your family's income. That's okay. Just say that you have another child with medical expenses. Or I like to send my Girl Scout to camp for 2 or 3 weeks, and I could really use help with one of those weeks. Those are all extenuating circumstances that get added into the equation for our camp financial aid process. So it's not just based upon your family income level, it's based upon size and so much more. COVID, as we all know, the last year has been a challenging one. We are so excited that about 2 weeks ago, the state of Massachusetts has officially said that summer camps will run in 2021, whether it's a day camp or a resident camp. We were so disappointed last year that we could not run camp and provide that opportunity for girls. So while we are still waiting for the exact guidelines from the state, we expect to have them in the coming weeks. And once we have those guidelines, we will be finalizing all of our plans of what will the day look like in much more detail than I can provide you at this exact moment. But we already know that masks are going to be required even in the outdoors. The only time girls won't be wearing masks is when they're actively eating their meals, they're swimming, they're taking a shower, or at resident camp when they're sleeping. We know that social distancing, as well as increase of hand washing and hand sanitizing and sanitizing our picnic tables and all the areas of camp are going to be taking place. We have been working over the last year of redoing every one of our health and safety manuals and policies and looking at what changes can we make now, knowing more stricter guidelines are going to be put in place along our cleaning and our health processes. So we are very excited for the state to release that. And so we can begin working of telling families exactly what that looks like. We know we've already had to reduce the capacity this year for camp. So the one thing I've been stressing to families, if you're unsure of going to camp, secure your spot now with that $75 deposit. We have updated our camp cancellation policy. We expect before May 12th to be able to release all of our COVID guidelines to families. So as COVID continues to be a concern, and we know some of those guidelines are very important for families, we are allowing any person to cancel registration prior to May 12th, which will be a fully refundable, including that normally non-refundable deposit. As I said, we hope our guidelines will be released before May 12th. So know that May 12th date may get pushed back a little bit more if those guidelines get released a little later. We'll be sending all camper families as well as updating our website on what those protocols are. And then 1 week before the camp session starts, we will also resend all those COVID guidelines to every family. As we know, camp is more important than ever. We know that girls want to get outside. They want to be friends, see their friends and make new friends. And we want to see as many girls as possible enjoy the benefits of summer camp. I think Mouse and I have both said it in multiple slides. Our top priority is always the health and safety of our campers, but also our staff. So again, with that in mind, we are working on those guidelines, and we know that you want those specific guidelines. And as soon as we get the exact details from the state of Massachusetts, we will be sharing that with you. Those protocols will include what does check-in look like? What is daily camper life? Like How many kids are going to sleep in a cabin? How many girls can sit on a bus? No matter what camp you choose, whether it's day camp or resident camp, we know that you're going to have more fun with us in 2021. So whether you choose to come for a few days, a week, or even longer, you're going to have tons of fun making new friends, trying new things, and practicing newfound skills. The easiest way to sign up is visiting our website, which is gscwm.org/camp. There you'll see our camp guide as well as the registration link for our camp docs, which is how you sign up for camp. Before Mouse starts her lovely story, which is my favorite part of this when we do these, is so far there hasn't been a lot of questions in the chat. So while Mouse is telling her story, please feel free to put any additional questions in the chat box, and then I'll help answer them as soon as she's done. So Mouse, tell me, why is camp so special to you?
So when I was a little girl, about 8 years old, I was a very different person than I am today. As most of you can see by now, I actually have a birthmark right here on my face. I also only see out of one eye. So I was pretty ripe for the picking. And, you know, a lot of kids made fun of me at that age. They called me names, they'd poke at me. And honestly, I just stopped talking to people around that time. I literally stopped speaking. I mean, why talk to people who are just going to make you feel bad about yourself? Now, it was around this time that my mom decided to let me try out Girl Scout camp. In fact, Camp Bonnie Brae for the first time. And I was super nervous. I mean, this is just more people who are going to make fun of me. At least that's what I thought. But that first week I went, it's not what I found. You see, I found people who didn't care if I had this thing on my face, didn't care what my eyes looked like. They just wanted to be around me, and they wanted to hear my ideas and do what I wanted to say. And I remember that first night of camp, we were standing in one of the platform tents, and there was a spider in the corner. And we were all screaming and hugging onto each other, scared of the spider. But I remember feeling like I belonged, like I was a part of this experience. And it was so awesome to feel a part of that group. And that first week, I didn't say anything, but I felt something really deep. And so I went back again another year to see if this was just a fluke or if this would happen again. And there was more people who liked me for me and wanted to hang out with me. And it happened again and again. And now, after years of going to Camp Bonnie Brae, I think this is awesome. I think it is the best thing about me. I love that I have my birthday arc. You always know it's me when you see me. And in fact, it's like a thermometer on the face. If I'm hot, it's red. And if I'm cold, it's purple. You always know how I'm feeling. You see, camp made me a loud and proud, confident woman. It helped me to find my voice and find my people. At camp, there are no cafeteria tables. There are no cliques or groups. There are just people who like you for you. And I am forever changed. And I'm the person I am today because of Girl Scout camp. So I truly hope you consider allowing your girl to have that kind of experience, because camp truly can change lives. It changed mine. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mouse. I love that no matter how many times I hear that story, because I was friends with Mouse as a camper, and that's how we became friends. And I've seen how much Mouse has changed over the years and became this awesome, amazing best friend that I have today. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So Mouse, some questions that came through is, at resident camp, you know, my kid's really picky. What are they going to eat at camp for meals?
That is a really great question. I think meals brings a lot of worries when you're thinking about going to sleepover camp for the first time. Our chefs and our kitchen staff are great at putting together meals that can help even the pickiest eater find what they want to eat. We serve a lot of kid-friendly meals, things like pizza, and pancakes and subs and sandwiches. But no matter what the meal is, there's always going to be some alternative options too. We have things like salad bar at many of our meals, cereal bars, bread bar for toast and bagels. So you always make sure there's alternative options. We also work with things like vegetarians, vegans, and religious dietary needs to make sure the girls have what they need to have a healthy and wholesome eating experience at camp. So we're really knowledge about that. The key you can do to help us out is let us know in advance what your daughter needs for a good eating experience if she has any special dietary needs, so we can prepare in advance to make sure she feels like every other part of camp and has a great eating experience.
That's great. Another question is, what is the bus like when kids ride the bus for day camp? It is really an extension of the camp day. Parents, it's really important when you get there, you check your kid in with a Girl Scout camp staff member. So it's somebody that they see all throughout camp all week long, or that they will be seeing all week long. Then once they're on the camp and we've checked all kids in, we go to the next bus stop. And in between, we may be playing games on the bus. We'll be doing songs. And so it's really a fun extension of the camp day. The only thing that changes at the camp day is if kids want snacks throughout the day, whether it's day camp or resident camp, they can always have a snack. We always have fruit and vegetables available, or they can bring their own. They just may need to tell their counselor first, because we don't eat in units and there's certain parts of camp because we don't want to attract wildlife. At day camp, if you go to Camp Laurelwood or Lewis Perkins, you bring your own lunch each day. Note that there is no refrigeration available. If you go to Bonnie Bray or Green Erie, families get to choose, and there is no cost difference whether your camper wants to bring their own lunch. So maybe if they're first time coming to camp and they're not really sure what to expect, go ahead, pack them a lunch in their bag. Either way, they'll join their group in the dining hall, and they can choose to eat lunch from camp, or they can eat their own.
I haven't seen any other questions come up my way, Casey. Have you seen any?
No, that was just about it. So we're going to keep the chat box open. I'm going to move to the next screen. And if somebody, which has my contact information for after this, I'm going to play a short video. It's about 2.5-ish minutes long, and it's from another Girl Scout council down south. My mind just went blank on the name of what council it came from. And it really shows the camp experience from one child's perspective, from being unsure when she arrives at camp and being nervous, to what camp actually provides her later in life. So again, feel free to use the chat box. Feel free at any point after the video is done, or if you need to leave ahead of time, to log out after the video. And once the video is done, and unless more questions come through, we will just end the webinar. Again, you can always reach out to me at camp@gscwm.org. And I thank you so much for attending tonight. And if you have more specific questions about a camp or a program that you're interested in, feel free to reach out to us.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, sorry. Did it stop for you guys?
Yep.
All right, hold on. Sorry, I hit a button. Let's try this again. Take 2 or 3.
I remember my first day at college. It was the best. I could not wait to get away from your grandparents. None of my siblings were at home. I was with them for 5 years.
coming? Welcome to camp. We're so glad you're here. Are you coming?
Gonna pull up the chat box again to make sure we did not miss any more questions that came through. Does not look like it. So again, thank you so much for attending tonight, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions at any time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.